Back with you on the Morning Brew, live this morning from beautiful downtown Albuquerque. I want to thank Lindy's Cafe downtown for the beautiful view out the window. All right, Amber, you ready to have some fun?
Yes, I am.
All right, with us today is Craig Goldsmith, who is on the Maker Faire Board of Directors and is a member of the Albuquerque Mini Maker Faire. And with us also today is Widar Hellwig, owner of Black Arroyo Labs, who's going to do some really cool stuff in just a moment. Craig, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good to have you here. Widar, good to have you as well. Thank you for being here. Maker Faire is this weekend.
Correct. Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 6 on Saturday, and 11 to 5 on Sunday.
Where's it going to be located?
At the Balloon Museum, up by Balloon Fiesta Park.
Right,
You won't be able to miss it. You can't miss it if you drive by.
Describe what a Maker Faire is.
A Maker Faire is a party and a fair for people who are tinkerers, builders, people who do robotics, electronics, people who do textiles, people who upcycle, which would be taking materials that maybe have been discarded or don't have a good use anymore and turning them into something new and vibrant, people who do silk screening, people who do electronic textiles where you sew LEDs into your clothing, people who make shooting galleries out of electronics and
Which
PVC
we're about to
pipe.
do.
And so a Maker Faire is where all of these people come, they bring all of these things, they show them off, they explain how they're built. And one of the things that's really important is that it's very hands-on. This is not like a museum or an art gallery where everything is hands-off and you're behind a fence. This is a lot more like the Balloon Fiesta in a way, where you can walk out among all the stuff, you can operate the stuff, you can put your hands on it, find out how it was put together.
Cool. All right. So you brought the Widar with you today. Let's talk a little bit about what you have come up with.
Okay. Yeah, the project I came up with was something that I did many years ago for a Cub Scout troop. My son was really little, and they had a great amount of fun with it. So when I thought about doing this kind of thing, I thought, well, let's ramp it up to the more modern and
Nice.
make real boards. So basically, to make it easy for Cub Scouts to be able to do it, we make it out of PVC. So you can just cut the pieces and stick it together very easily. The actual electronics is just a little battery, a small board, and then a push button to be the trigger.
How fun.
So what you do is you assemble all this inside of the PVC, mount the button here, and then you can put the battery anywhere you want. But that's pretty easy. So what the other half is targets, which are over there.
Okay.
And if you want, we can demonstrate real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Widar, you must be the coolest dad in the whole Cub Scout troop,
Well, you
by
know,
far.
when my wife or the women would do the crafts for the Cub Scouts, they would wind up in the trash on the way out the door.
Oh, see?
But when I did them, they took them home and they lasted for years.
Of course. I think we're going to have to be buying some PVC when I get home, too. When my little boy sees this.
Okay,
Well-
so how do the targets work? What
Well,
do you do?
the way this thing works is the little board is the same as a transmitter, remote control for your television set.
Oh, okay.
So it sends out an infrared signal,
Yeah.
and the same as your TV. And inside of each of the targets is a sensor that receives that infrared, and there's a little microcomputer that then takes that signal and decides what to do with it. So sometimes it'll knock a can off. Let's make sure everything works here. Off of the
That is.
table. Or it can turn on some lights
Bullseye.
like that.
So
That one
cool.
you don't have to go pick things up. Or you can have it, in this case, knock down a flag.
Nice.
And then at the same time some sound effects and some lights. So what we do at the fair is we set up an arcade with a bunch of different targets up there, and then we set a table up with various guns, and then the kids come and you just say, shoot, go ahead, and then they do,
It's
and
an
they figure out right away.
electronic shooting gallery.
That's what it is, yes.
How fun. How
I am
fun.
so going to this now with my 6-year-old. Definitely.
Can we set that up again and have them do it again?
You try it. You guys try
We'd
it.
love to try it. I thought you'd never
Okay,
ask.
twist my arm.
Can we, so you sort of channel your inner James Bond here. and
Now you
do
got
it.
to aim in the front here.
Does this sight?
Well, the sight is more for effects than real
All right.
targeting.
So I'm going to try and get the thing to light up. Oh, yeah.
That is really incredible.
Set that up again, Albert. I want to take it out.
Nice. You've got great aim, Larry.
I've actually
I think
tried
you
to
could
hit
do
the
this
lights.
all day long.
Oh yeah,
The
listen.
flag fell off of the other one.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it. You want to try it, Amber?
Sure.
Yeah. Take out the can.
Okay.
A little lower.
What? Of course I can't get it. Why?
You might try over here. You
This
gotta go
is
to
so typical.
the little hole that's in.
Help me, Widar. Ayúdame. Ah,
There you go.
yes. Okay. Oh, I got the lights. Yes. We are so going to the Maker Faire. Yes. Thank you. Mwah.
That is
Got
cool.
it.
So the kit comes with the board already assembled, and then all the PVC cut. So a kid could put it together pretty easily.
That's just fun.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're gonna
That
wear
is
out a lot
Andreas'
of batteries.
birthday present this weekend. Okay. Cool.
What is your real work? What do you do?
I'm an electronics engineer.
Are you?
And right now I have my own company,
Have
and
a
I'm
seat.
doing consulting work.
And this is just hobby fun
This is-
stuff.
This is just to save
Yeah,
the Boy
kinda.
Scout troops from being completely,
Yeah.
mortified and bored.
I don't know. It's because I liked it. I always did tech projects for the Boy Scouts, but for the Cub Scouts actually, they were pretty young,
Uh-huh.
and they always loved it. So now educationally, it depends. You can go as deep as you want into this. You can just use it, put it together, and you let
Sure.
them experience physically, or you can start looking at the components and how does the signal get transmitted to a receiver, how to program a microcontroller, and we put it all up on a website. So that if a kid was interested and wanted to go farther, they can go as deep as they want.
Well, it definitely sparks that interest.
I think so, because if you have something you can do, you can't do this with your telephone. I mean, almost everything else you can do with your telephone or your iPad. And so when you do things more physical, where they move, and robotics is a good one, it gives them more incentive to learn. You know, there's very little incentive to go buy another game, other than play the game.
I
But
think
what do
they
you
should
learn?
install this on a phone, and if you're in your office, you can.
That could be the next app.
That'd be the next step. You might be onto something here.
You might need a little attachment for the
Yeah.
transmitter.
Now, Craig, what do you have
Oh,
in
this
your
is
hand?
just an example of a sort of a Maker Faire thing. I don't know if you can get a close-up of that, but these are our badges this year that we laser cut down at the local Makerspace and Hackerspace Q Lab. These are the badges that all makers and crew will be wearing around their necks to identify them, but if you look, it's actually a couple of little gears
Uh-huh.
How cool
in
is that?
a laser cut wood. I don't know if you can get a real, you can see the gear mechanism there.
Yeah.
And so we've been cranking these out, and this is also sort of a Maker Faire kind of iconographic activity. A lot of the Maker Fairs like to have boasting rights about how cool their badges are.
I
And that's
see.
that sort of do-it-yourself ethic. Rather than just buying a bunch of laminated badges for identification purposes, each year we try to do something unique that the makers and the crew can take home. For a lot of us, especially the volunteers and the makers, this is often the only thing we really get to keep at the end of the event.
So all these makers, as you call them, live amongst us, right?
Yes, they are us.
They are us.
They are us, absolutely.
Okay.
And I think what he brought is a perfect example
Yeah.
where he took really a lot of off-the-shelf components,
Right.
PVC, an old can, some hobby servos like what you might find in a model airplane,
Yeah.
and put them together in a new and interesting way. And something we were talking about before we came on the air is these are all, for the most part, physical objects. We were asked by one of your other guests who'll be on later, will there be software? And not that people aren't doing code and aren't doing software, but this is a fair of physical objects. Things you
Yeah.
can touch, things you can pick up, things you can see, and not necessarily things
And
that are just on a screen.
I love the word you used, upcycle.
Yeah,
That's kind of what he's done here with the PVC.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Man.
Will you be having a catapult?
A trebuchet.
Trebuchet.
A trebuchet is a medieval siege engine. It's a sling on the end of an arm, so the arm doesn't come up and hit. All the force of the arm is transferred into the object, and it will hurl a gallon of water about 135 feet. We also are looking at, we made some 5-pound bags of rice wrapped up into tight little balls of ammo last night, and we're going to use those to shoot at a metal target with the trebuchet also. So it should be pretty satisfying.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And visually just stunning.
It is one of our most popular objects, and the kids like to pull the pin. That's another thing. I mean, the kids can come up, they can pull the pin, they can shoot the objects, and get their hands right on it.
Craig, is there a charge for the fair?
It is $10 in advance if you buy your tickets online, and it is $15 at the door.
Okay. Saturday, 10 to 6.
And Sunday, 11 to 5. Hope to see you up at Balloon Museum.
It's going to be unforgettable. I mean, I
Yes.
just think about all the inspiration that you leave behind.
Oh, absolutely. And a big thing is bringing this community of people together so they can all meet each other and swap ideas.
Absolutely. Cool.
You know, fire away at that thing again, would you? Give us a little demo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Satisfying.
It works.
Don't you want one?
I really do. I do. I know Andreas.
Hey,
would
we'll
want
be
one.
back with more Morning Brew in a moment.